pola sikurintala nidel midina Thomas sinori di sama sidunda sitere de we will immerse ourselves in the narrative where the demons ask Jesus to enter the pigs. What does this story reveal about spiritual power and the lessons we can apply in our daily lives? Greetings, Redcatolica.Alexis Rivero community. I'm Alexis from Montevideo, Uruguay, and today we will embark on an intriguing biblical story that leads us to question, why did the demons ask Jesus to enter the pigs? This story, found in biblical reference, is not only an astonishing episode but also contains profound teachings about spiritual power and its practical application in our daily lives. Imagine the scene. Jesus encounters a man possessed by demons, and these malevolent spirits request permission to enter a herd of pigs. Why didn't they remain in human possession? What does this choice reveal about spiritual power and divine intervention? As we explore this passage, we will not only seek answers to these questions, but also unravel timeless lessons it offers. How can we translate these teachings from antiquity to our modern life? What spiritual and practical principles can we extract to strengthen our faith and face daily challenges? This is not just a biblical analysis, but an invitation to reflect on how spiritual truths can illuminate our path today. So, join me on this journey as we explore the wisdom contained in this passage and discover together how we can apply these lessons in our daily lives. Let's begin. Let's open our Bibles to Mark chapter 5, verses 1-20 to delve into this intriguing passage. In this account, Jesus arrives in the region of the Gerasenes and encounters a man possessed by multiple demons. The ensuing interaction is unique and full of symbolism. Let's contextualize this event in the time and space of first century Judea. The spiritual world was intrinsically intertwined with daily life, and the power of demons was a palpable reality for the people of that time. Understanding this context allows us to appreciate more deeply the extraordinary nature of the confrontation between Jesus and the malevolent spirits. And then focusing on the theological significance, it is essential to comprehend the nature of demonic possession. This passage presents a direct confrontation between the divine power incarnated in Jesus and the demonic forces seeking to torment the possessed man. In this intersection between the celestial and the demonic, we clearly see the manifestation of the spiritual conflict that permeates the scriptures. Human vulnerability meets divine omnipotence, outlining the magnitude of the cosmic clash at play. The demon's request to enter the pigs may seem perplexing at first glance. However, this symbolic act reveals Jesus' authority over malevolent spirits and his capacity to redeem even those under demonic influence. Through this symbolism, we understand that for Jesus, no entity is beyond redemption, even those seemingly dominated by dark forces. This lesson transcends the biblical anecdote, projecting the hope of divine redemption onto every aspect of our lives. As we explore why the demons chose the pigs, we will delve into the theological richness of this passage. Does this act represent a strategic defeat of the demons? Or is there a deeper lesson about God's sovereignty over all creation? Here, we enter the theological complexity of how divine designs intertwine with earthly events, reminding us that every event, however bewildering it may seem, is subject to a divine purpose. This passage prompts us to reflect on the intersection between human free will and divine providence, posing fundamental questions about the mystery of divine intervention in the world. This passage has been the subject of various theological interpretations throughout history. Some theologians suggest that the entry of demons into the pigs symbolizes impurity and destruction, manifesting the destructive capacity of demonic forces in God's creation. In this interpretation, pigs become a symbol of decay and spiritual contamination that demons wish to inflict on the world. Others highlight the miraculous liberation of the possessed man as the central focus of the story, emphasizing Jesus' redemptive intervention in the lives of those seeking his help. This interpretation underscores divine victory over the forces of evil, and emphasizes Jesus' ability to restore spiritual health amid despair. We will explore these interpretations and also review the opinions of prominent theologians such as St. Augustine of Hippo, whose reflections on evil and redemption are foundational in Catholic theology. We will also consider the perspectives of St. Thomas Aquinas, whose work Summa Theologica provides a profound exploration of the interaction between the divine and the demonic. Additionally, we will look at the contemporary contributions of theologians like Scott Hahn, whose biblical interpretations offer a modern and accessible perspective. Through these diverse viewpoints, some allow me to share how this passage has resonated in my own spiritual life. And the story of the liberation of this possessed man not only reveals the transformative power of Jesus, but also serves as a striking reminder of how his intervention can free us from the spiritual chains that bind us. When considering the chains of depression, panic, addictions, and other spiritual bondages, we recognize the universality of the human need for divine liberation. Therefore, this passage becomes a beacon of hope, illuminating the path to freedom and redemption that we all seek in our spiritual journey. May this story inspire us to seek divine intervention in our own lives, trusting in Jesus' ability to free us from any possession that oppresses us and guide us towards spiritual fulfillment. In summary, this passage immerses us in an extraordinary encounter where divine power directly confronts demonic forces. As we explore the symbolism behind the demon's choice of pigs, we unravel theological layers that reveal Jesus' authority and his ability to redeem even the darkest situations. The complexity of theological interpretations, from symbolizing impurity to redemptive victory, invites us to reflect on divine purpose amid earthly challenges. Considering the perspectives of prominent theologians like St. Augustine, St. Thomas Aquinas, and contemporary voices like Scott Hahn, we gain a richer insight into the spiritual lessons that this passage has to offer. On a personal note, this narrative resonates in my spiritual life as a living testimony to the transformative power of Jesus. When contemplating the spiritual chains afflicting humanity, I find inspiration in the possibility of liberation and redemption reflected in this passage. May this analysis urge us to seek divine intervention in our own struggles, trusting in Jesus' ability to free and guide us towards spiritual fulfillment. May this story be a reminder for all of us of the hope and healing power found in the presence of Christ. Let us continue exploring the depths of our faith and sharing these experiences in community. Until the next reflection at Redcatolica.Alexis Rivero.